We are just days away from Scarlet and Violet being released internationally, but we're already getting information on the next set, Paldea Evolved, which is out in June, and the Pokemon Company in Japan have recently revealed even more cards, and at least one that might actually mean the death of Mew VMAX, like for realsies this time. I'm Jeff from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about the latest round of cards from Paldea Evolved. Now in Japan, it's split up into a couple of different sets: Triplet Beat, Snow Hazard, and Clay Burst. These are cards from Snow Hazard and Clay Burst, and the first one we're going to look at, we're just going to go in the order that they appear on Poke Beach. Shoutouts to Poke Beach, and we'll look at first this Jump Bluff card. Has 90 HP. It's a stage 2 Pokemon. Its attack is terrible, 60 damage and 30 bench snipe, but it has the super annoying ability Float Away, where if this Pokemon gets attacked, you flip a coin, and if it's heads, Jump Bluff just avoids the attack. I think that this is not good, especially when its damage output is really low. Yes, it's only 1 energy, but 60 damage and 30 to the bench is not good enough, and it's a stage 2 Pokemon. This is going to be pretty tough to set up. I know that the game is trying to push itself to a world where stage 2s are more relevant, but there are better stage 2s to play than this. Gambling your entire life on coin flip defense, especially when there's no... I mean, what was the stadium? Glimwood Tangle doesn't really affect this, but relying on a coin flip for this, especially with you're only doing 60 damage, it's just not good enough. We got the new Forretress EX, which is a fascinating card. This is our Terra card, our Terrestrial Forretress EX. Its typing is still Grass. There is rumblings that there's going to be a Dark Charizard coming out later, which finally mimics the Terrestrial effect in the TCG. Right now, it's just, it doesn't get hit by anything like bench sniping. Its attack is not good, but it has the ability Explosive Energy. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 basic grass energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. If you searched your deck this way, this Pokemon is knocked out. Yes, you are coughing up 2 prizes in exchange for 5 energy, but it doesn't end your turn, and with that 5 energy, there's some stuff you could do. For example, if you're playing a Superior V-Star deck, I know Superior V-Star not particularly relevant right this second, but if you put 5 energy onto a Superior V-Star, you can then use its V-Star power Starwinder, which does 60 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. That's 300 damage. If you use your regular attach on top of that, you're doing 360 damage, and you're literally one-shotting anything in the game, which is very tantalizing. And yeah, maybe you're coughing up 2 prizes, but if you're getting the trade and you're putting yourself in a position where, you know, with Regal Blender, you can move that energy to a different attacker later, that could be really cool. But the other one that caught me by looking at that move was Regidrago V-Star. Not only, I mean, you're going to cough up 2 prizes, but you could not only set up multiple Regidragos with this, you could overload grass energy onto one of your Regidragos and put yourself in position to get multiple lost impact attacks off by sacrificing the 2 prizes, and that could be enough to win the game. So Forretress could be kind of a cool tech in certain decks. It has to be grass, well, probably grass decks that use the energy. I guess there are other decks that take colorless energy where this could be helpful, but yeah, for this could be kind of cool regardless of how you play it. We also get Wochan EX. This one also could pair well with the new Forretress because it's got the move Devouring Ivy, where this attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. And it doesn't say, this is like bench Pokemon. You can bench snipe for up to 300 damage potentially, which is nuts. And this could be a cool late game attacker, especially if you find a way to accelerate the 3 grass energy. Maybe it's Gardenia, maybe it's this Forretress to help you win the game. Its other attack, Force Burn, 220 damage for 3 grass and a colorless, not particularly good. But the ability to bench snipe for that hard in the late game could be awesome. This card right here, Mew players shaking in their boots right now because of Spiritomb. It's got 60 HP, 1 retreat, and its ability Pitch Black Doom. As long as this Pokemon is in play, basic Pokemon V have no abilities, both yours and your opponents. Yes, this shuts them off on both sides, but if you're Mew VMAX, this kills Genesect. You just can't draw cards, and it's not like a Clef Key where you could play like an escape rope to get around it. All they have to do is bench this, and all of a sudden your Genesects just don't work. There could potentially be ways to work around this that I haven't thought of, like maybe gusting it in the active and then playing Canceling Cologne, or something, right? But this or maybe Klefki. I don't know if Klefki could be the thing that shuts off the Spiritomb, but this is going to be incredibly disruptive for at least Genesect. This also hurts stuff like Lumineon V. That is a basic Pokemon V that has an ability, and there are some other ones as well that I'm blanking on that this will impact as well. Is this going to be a card that everyone techs in to try and shut down Mew? I don't know. Maybe not. But this is, once again, like, I need to make a whole other video on just the Pokemon Company hating Mew VMAX and all of the different ways they've put in just different cards to try and slow it down. And do you think this is the one that finally ends Mew's reign of terror once and for all? Let me know in the comments. We've also got a new Murkrow, and the only reason I'm bringing this up because it has this move Wings of Union, which does 20 damage for times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Wings of Union attack, including this Flamigo. And it looks like it's going to be some sort of deck, kind of like a Night March, kind of like Mad Party, where you're throwing a whole bunch of Pokemon with the same attack in the discard pile and then doing big damage with one of these like single prize birds. So yeah, here's a look at the Flamigo, and it also has the ability Flock Together, where once during your turn, when you place this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may search your deck for up to 3 Flamigo and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck either to bench them or throw them in the discard pile to charge up the Wings of Union attack. Giacomo, this supporter is not going to be played in everything, but holy cow, it is disruptive to very certain decks. This one says discard a special energy from each of your opponent's Pokemon. Once again, Mew VMAX. If you're playing the DTE build, you've only got 4 energy and you set up 2 Mews. This card, just one supporter, boom, half your energy's gone. Yes, you could play this against Lugia, and you might have multiple attackers that this hurts. But I think Mew in particular gets hurt by something like this. I don't know if this is going to be a staple in every deck, like as a one-of in certain decks. Yeah, this is pretty nuts, and I like this card. And then we've got 2 stadiums. We've got Snow Mountain of Disaster. And this reads, whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their basic non-water Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So it's kind of like Old Stadium, but it only affects basic Pokemon. If you've got an evolved Pokemon and you attach non-water energy, you'll dodge it, so it's not as disruptive. But yeah, maybe this sees some play. We've seen Old Cemetery get a little bit of play here and there, and this is some more water support, and water has generally been pretty good. So yeah, this could be interesting. And then last but not least, Wilderness of Disaster. This is this increases the retreat cost of each basic Pokemon by 1. But again, this is only on basic Pokemon, and it doesn't work on fire Pokemon, so maybe you play this in a fire deck. You might even do this in something like Leafeon VMAX, where your attack strength is predicated on the retreat cost of the opposing Pokemon. I don't know if you would run this over Magma Basin. Magma Basin is right now just too good in fire decks, and I don't know if there's enough attackers that rely on forcing people to get stuck in the active, like basic Pokemon in particular, to be stuck in the active, that this becomes a factor. But we'll just have to wait and see. So those are the latest round of cards coming in the upcoming Paldea Evolved set. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will continue to talk about the upcoming reveals and how they impact the game going forward. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. Before we go, you can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In Third Person. You can find me on Twitch at In Third Person, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And you can check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So, until the next one, thank you so much for watching, and we're out of here. Bye-bye!